everyone, and welcome to Radio Oaks, the show that takes a satirical look at news from home and abroad. As you can see from the superb photograph taken by John Williams, spring has at last come to Ireland. Later in the show, John Fitzgerald will examine the visit of our President Michael D. Higgins to England. But first... Irish sheep farmer Paddy Murphy is a bit mixed up. One of his beloved flock has just given birth to a hybrid animal, a cross between a sheep and a goat. This geep, or shoat, was born several months after Paddy noticed a goat mating with his sheep on the mountainside. At the time, Paddy speculated to himself that nothing will come of it. He was wrong. Now the farming community is buzzing with a competition to name the unfortunate creature. Paddy is very upset by all the publicity this story has generated. It all seems to be getting on his goat. Benedict Cumberbatch is tired of exposing himself. The star of Sherlock and Star Trek admitted to Australia's Adelaide Advertiser that because of his many film projects, he is in danger of overexposure. In that case, my advice to the good Benedict would be to simply stay homes. A UK Special Fast Response Police Unit has been ordered to slow down. The Fast Response Unit based in Newton, Birmingham, England, has requested a move from their top floor offices. Why? Because of the amount of injuries officers have suffered running down the 3 flights of stairs while on crime calls. Officers have received injuries to shoulders, knees and spines as they raced down the 3 flights of stairs. The officers have now been ordered to walk slowly downstairs to avoid injury, a decision no doubt welcomed by Birmingham's criminal fraternity. Once again, I'd like to welcome John Fitzgerald to Radio Oaks. This week we witnessed the historic visit of the Irish President to Buckingham Palace. This is John's views on the news.
Former IRA Commander Martin McGuinness this week met Queen Elizabeth in the WC. Of course, Windsor Castle is where the Queen lives and only big shots are welcome there. Mr. McGuinness is a big shot. One look at Martin's CV and you will understand why he has shot to the top of the Queen's invitation list. The Queen herself was something of a hotshot and took out many fine stags with her crosshairs. Martin and the Queen spent some time together discussing rifles and weaponry in general when hunting the enemy. Among the minor guests present were Michael D. Higgins, the President of Ireland and a noted pacifist. President Higgins described the inclusion of Martin McGuinness as explosive and like a bombshell going off when he heard it. The Irish broadcaster RTE had to cover the event outside the castle due to financial constraints. On banquet night, the guests were held up while Martin McGuinness was frisked and then strip-searched. In his speech, President Higgins thanked the British people for extending the hand of friendship to their Irish guests. He spoke eloquently of his own father fighting in the trenches in World War I under the British flag. President Higgins emotionally recalled how his father had been shot, for which he received a standing ovation. Yes, continued the President, my father was shot. Well, half shot actually, as he always fortified himself with a bottle of the finest Irish whisky before engaging the enemy. On a more sombre note, Áras an Nuachtaráin, the residence of the Irish President, was burgled and set alight during the President's trip. Conspiracy theorists believe that the President was set up by the Queen. This is Special Correspondent John for Radio Oaks.
honeybee, honeybee, bzz, if you like, but don't sting me. Bzz, 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 honeybee, honeybee, bzz, if you like, but don't sting me.
Finally, have you ever wondered what really goes on in such prestigious universities such as Cornell University? Well, in the Department of Neurobiology and Behaviour, Cornell, Michael Smith shed some light on the department's efforts to advance the body of knowledge. Michael's contribution was to allow a bee to sting his genitalia, along with 24 other parts of his anatomy. Michael did speculate that it would probably hurt when the bee was given free access to such a delicate spot. The esteemed neurobiologist used a mirror to position the bee in some inaccessible part of his anatomy. His results were published in a scientific journal. In his study, there was no mention of the trauma suffered by the unfortunate bee during the whole experiment. That's all from Radio Oaks for this week. Thanks for listening. In next year's Scientific